and CuePhoenix able to establish his expansion here. And look how long these, I mean, this point defense drone is even gaining, recharging energy. That's just an amazing little defensive tool there. And even an auto turret was placed down here at the back to guard the ramp. But PlacentaStew taking a cue from CuePhoenix. A cue from CuePhoenix, look at that. And taking down this missile turret, and going to be taking out those Marines, and coming in here and cleaning up this proxy shenanigans. These barracks lifting up and leaving to safety. These two Marines holding the southern Zelnaga tower. And PlacentaStew sending out a zealot. Looks like he's routed to check out and look out for extra bases. These units are leaving the Zelnaga tower, so an interesting choice by Placenta, saying, I don't want vision, I'm fine without vision in the middle of the map. I don't care if you're moving out, I've got enough stuff. Nice little pylon up here to allow warp-ins at the front gate. But no forge from Placenta. That's just an interesting decision. Going for no upgrades. CuePhoenix has upgraded pretty much all of his units here. You know, ship level has not been upgraded yet. 2 Vikings coming out, interesting choice, and more Banshees. So now we are seeing a very balanced composition between Marines. Got a couple of Marauders now, Hellions, Banshees, Vikings. You know, not quite the kitchen sink here, but just a little bit of everything. And PlacentaStew getting his base established, going down for double gas. He's, you know, you can see he's kind of low on gas here, but CuePhoenix has a lot of stuff, a lot of money not being used. Still making double Hellions. Just don't see a lot of Hellion play against Protoss, at least down here in the Bronze and Silver League, but of course you don't see a lot of Ravens down in Bronze or Silver League. So a lot of mules being made, mining a lot here. Both players have a pretty good 2-base economy going. PlacentaStew just building a couple of units here at the front. Finally got some sentries here, put down some Guardian Shields and Force Fields. And these 2 proxy barracks are making reactors, so we'll maybe see some action from them later on. CuePhoenix maintaining vision in the middle of the map with these 2 Marines. So as we said before, I mean, this vision is crucial in these cross positions. If this group from Placenta decides to move out, or this group from CuePhoenix decides to move out, there's a pretty good chance they're going to move through the middle of this map. Okay, scratch that. There's actually no way they can get through without going through the middle or using some kind of drop mechanic. So both players would be able to see any kind of movement coming back and forth. And there's all of these hiding shrubberies that kind of prevent this vision in the middle. CuePhoenix taking his army out, moving out here. Looks like he's going to try to establish a 3rd expansion here. Not sure that he can see this proxy pylon. He can't. But yeah, there we can see CuePhoenix trying to build a 3rd command center here. That's why he's bringing this group here. So this is actually kind of a nice position. This position right here in the middle, he can defend an expansion here. He can also defend his natural and therefore his main. So these units going to come up, take care of this proxy, and PlacentaStew has built up quite an army back here. Triple Immortal, couple of sentries, zealots, a lot of stalkers, which is going to be an interesting composition against this you know, heavy Marine Hellion group, a couple of Banshees, and this Raven, which proved to be pretty useful in the last engagement, and a bunch of medevacs. So because of that vision gained by the Zelnaga tower, CuePhoenix is going to be able to see this army gathering here, and you know, these units got killed down here, but don't forget CuePhoenix brought these Hellions up to the northern part, so he can still see this army moving out. Looks like they're going to go in for the kill. CuePhoenix already in somewhat of a concave here. Looks like a point defense drone coming back here. Look at the range on that thing, taking down these stalker shots. Another one coming down, and then just a massive engagement here, turning on the hit points. You can see that CuePhoenix's units are staying pretty intact with all of those upgrades, and with all of these medevacs, that's 8 medevacs recharging and healing these Marines. They're just making short work of all of these armored units that are not made for killing Marines. They're made for killing Marauders and tanks, but instead they're facing this light army force of Marines, and I think most of the Hellions are gone. 1 Marauder left, and this Raven coming along for fun. These Vikings, that's kind of an interesting, but you know, you got the kitchen sink with a lot of different things here, and all these things geared towards killing light units, but they have the advantage of not being countered by armored units, and Placenta going to be in trouble here, sending in some stuff. He's got a Void Ray here, should probably try to pull these units back for more reinforcements, but instead sending them forward, and they're just going to get annihilated here by these units. This Void Ray taking those double hits, quadruple hits from those Vikings, and this army poised to come up the front. This Immortal damaged, and he escaped, but now he's not going to escape. And apparently this game is blog worthy, and GG from PlacentaStew, and that's why we're casting this game today by request from the 3rd season of the ladder. So you can see in a surprising, you know, I don't know if CuePhoenix is as surprised as I am, but you know, this Raven, you know, look at that. You know, it's already recharged enough energy to put down an auto turret. So this, you know, Raven, I think, really turned both battles, both major engagements in the middle of the map, by placing down those point defense drones. I mean, those point defense drones negate the damage coming from the stalkers, or I mean, you could also argue they basically are meat shields. They soak up the damage from those stalkers and prevent those stalkers from damaging the other units, and that just allowed these banshees to continue to shoot down, harass. And you can see there's actually 5 marauders here. Looks like I misclicked before. There's 5 marauders here. Their survival is probably all due to those point defense drones stopping those stalkers from shooting them. And you know, even though I don't know, I think this game was pretty close. Placenta had another Immortal and another Void Ray coming out of the Stargate. If he would have pulled back, he would have been able to hold off a little bit better, but you know, with all of these upgraded units, you know, CuePhoenix was upgrading his units, and Placenta, oh, here's that Immortal and here's that Void Ray, did not do any upgrades on his units, which would have done him wonders against the Terran units. You know, the Protoss units are stronger. But yeah, a pretty even game, a lot of expanding going on from both players. You can see CuePhoenix up to his 3rd expansion. So go bronze and silver. Marine Hellion apparently can take out Stalker Immortal with the help of a Raven. So we'll take a quick glance at the score screen here. And you know, you can see from the score screen that, you know, these players really were pretty much even, and I think it was just that kind of unique unit composition of Marines and Hellions, of all things, that countered Stalkers and Immortals. That's just still so surprising to me. But there you have it, games from Silver Bronze League. So much fun in Starcraft 2. Even though you're not pro, you can still get some excitement out of this. So going to call it a game today. This is Starcraft Dad signing off, and see you guys next time.